Hello my lemons and welcome back to another fast video on my channel. If you've never been here before, I am Jacob from Jacob is Here. This is a channel dedicated to Sims and nothing but the Sims. I'm going to link you to my channel trailer if that's something you're interested in seeing, or you can just go ahead and click on my little profile and watch my channel trailer after this video. But I want to mention that all my reviews and stuff will be linked down below in case that is something you're interested in watching. I am doing a 10-part series for Realms of Magic on my YouTube channel. Well, we'll see. We'll get to 5 parts and we'll see if it should end, and then we'll get to 10 parts, basically. It's what it's going to look like. And then here, you're watching the cast build, the Grayson build, or world overview, and this screen will be the same for all those interludes. The only difference will maybe possibly the first part of the gameplay. I have yet to decide if it's going to be in there. But either way, we're just going to transition to one of those after I read you guys the little thing that comes with Rounds of Magic. I'm very, very excited. I'm recording this late at night. I'm so sorry at the background. It's kind of messy. Doesn't like messiness. I don't like messiness. But my normal time is around noon, and it's just a little too late for that. But either way, welcome to this into our Rounds of Magic. Discover the neighborhood. An unreal world awaits your sim, and when you stumble upon the secret portal, there are mystical discoveries at every turn. Learn the craft, study up on the classical techniques, and get experts to train your sim, collect and cast spells to make sims fight, conjure food, or even turn others into objects. Create geo potions to make sims fall in love, remove unwanted curses, or live forever. Get it real familiars. Summon a dragon, fairy, or the familiar that best suits your sim personality as a personal guard and gives a creative name. Familiar is really interesting that they add to this, because just all the things behind familiar is super interesting. Just for supernatural success. Get in the spirit of sorcery and with outfits that suit your sims. Collect wands and brooms to finish the look, and then decorate rooms with enhancing objects. Alright, now we're going to jump into one of those videos I just mentioned. And of course, if this is not the video you want to watch, it's all linked down below. And certain videos will have chapter times in case that is something you're interested in. Especially cast, I like to do chapter times for male and female in case there's a specific preference, but I'll mention that in that video. Hello and welcome back to another fabulous video on my channel where we're going to talk about the world overview. And to be honest with you, this world overview is not going to be kind to anybody. It's actually a it's a rant overview. I have some particular problems here that I think The Sims needs to work on, and that's why I'm picking them out. Some videos I'm going to reference to here are Little Simsy did an amazing job with this with her video. Personally, I don't really like hate on The Sims because it's a community that I love and I personally adore, and so when it's all negative, I get really upset. But when houses are just really badly done and can be fixed, but we shouldn't have to fix them, I shouldn't have to be able to fix them myself to be able to play in them. I think it's where it gets a little bit annoying, but hey. Either way, the world description for Glimmerbrook is, the quiet town of Glimmerbrook may have more to it than meets the eye, and we'll talk about the magical realm as well here in a minute. But I want to first come over here to the Charm family. The Charm family is, I'm going to read you guys off the residents as that's part of the world review, and then we're going to go in and look at their house specifically and also look at the world. That's all these different things. If you guys want to skip to a particular time, I'll try to link them down below. I cannot promise. But the Charm family has produced generations of disguised spellcasters. As Minerva often reminds her children, Gemma resets her family high expectations, so she's recently wanted to make them proud. Daryl is an inspiring duelist who just got engaged to Amelia, a new Ascend spellcaster, just a lot to live up to. And they're all supporting the new looks and different things like that. Then we move over here to the Iolcots. Grace and Tomax have been roommates ever since they first became spellcaster. They have day jobs, but magic is their main focus, and they got a friendly competition going to see who will become an adept spellcaster first. And over here is a bar. I don't think there's anything. Okay, a local establishment that's been in Glimmerbrook as far as anyone can remember, and though it has some upgrades through the years, it's still full of nostalgic charms. I don't really know where the charm is, but it's there, supposedly. Then over here is an ancient plot nestled deep in the Glimmerbrook. Some say the previous residence was tasked with guarding an ancient relic located atop the Glimmerbrook waterfall. Legend has its owner disappeared one night, never seen again, immediately vanished into some other dimension. And so this is a direct link to the actual portal to get to the magical realm. Now, jumping into this first house, there's some major things that stick out to me as a builder. And I mean, I've heard time and time again is that they just don't have builders in the Sims community, and I don't know if that's not true. I do think every build I've ever seen the Sims team, as much as I love you guys so much. I love the crew so much. I'm not crying, I promise. I cry everywhere. Um, I said I love the Sim crew so much, but there is problems here, and I think those problems need to be addressed. I mean, going back to like several different other packs with Get Famous, with the no toilets, and Strangeville with not having houses that even work. Now, what's really interesting, Strangeville, I thought certain houses were way overcluttered, where other houses were completely empty, and I know they have to make it empty in a way, shape, or form to make it usable, which I guess is understandable. And you know, I think there's some. Oh, also we're still having that glitch, so that's great. But either way, ignore that. That's not their problem. I mean, it is their problem since they gave it to us, but it's not their problem since it is. Okay, but this is what it looks like. It looks pretty bad. Okay, and then back here is what the backyard, like the back of the house, looks like. It's very fixable. You know, I can renovate it, make it look better. It's not like that's the problem. It's just I shouldn't have to. It's more like the problem. The insides are very empty, like always. They're never not empty basically, and honestly, we just got L-shaped stairs. Why are they not using them? You know, we got them right before this pack, so I do believe that the use of L-shaped stairs should be more important. But this one does it have a back door? Yes, it has a back door. Oh guys, the back door. It's gonna become infamous. I promise you. And I'm gonna talk about it here because I think it's very useful to talk about. I don't like how this extends all the way out here and anything like that, and it looks really choiceably bad. But that's the first house. Now, going back and looking at the other houses, you're going to soon realize there's a pattern here of badness. Okay, I promise. It's not great. The starter home, I think, is the most reliable one because it is a starter home, and so it's supposed to be kind of bad looking, and so you're supposed to renovate over time. So that's the only one I'm going to give them a little less slack for. And I know some people will fall under either line. Some people don't care that, the Sims team doesn't have to really work for it because of the fact that we're going to change them anyways. 90% of the time, I do put new lots in. I don't ever play with the lots that are originally generated in the world. And I get that. And, that's understandable. I get where you're coming from. But I'm more talking about for people, when this comes available in console in October, they're going to have to play with these houses. They don't get a choice. They don't have a gallery yet, if they'll ever get a gallery. And so they have to build it themselves. And, I've tried building in console, and it's the hardest thing in the world. So this is the infamous house. This is Creekside Corner, which the lot itself is gorgeous. The world itself, which we're going to get to, is absolutely stunning. Glimmerbook is, just amazing. But the inside here is not horrible. And I'm not going to say any of this stuff is just, really bad. And the roofing is really interesting. And honestly, I don't mind the way the house particularly looks. I think for what the Sims did, I don't want to trash it too bad. But also, we can trash it a little because they really messed up. And what are we talking about, guys? What are we going to talk about? Oh, this. This right here, the house itself, it's whatever. Maybe it's your style, maybe it's not your style. But it's kind of cute. I could get behind it in a way, shape, or form, which is a little bit better upgrades and some renovations here and there. But you do see a staircase. And which ultimately, they didn't have to have a staircase here. This could have been a last minute staircase, and that's the reason why. But there isn't a door. And that's definitely, going to fit a... hold on, I just want to make sure. But I'm 90% sure. Yeah, that could totally fit a one wide door. Doesn't have to be a door from this particular pack. Doesn't have to be a big door, such as these very beautiful doors that came with the pack. The windows are very gorgeous as well. But ultimately, there should be a door there. And I think that right there, it's a door. It's so simple. And also, I think I'm the only person who's mad about this. But anybody else is just aggravated with the fact that these stairs are just not moved back. Moved back there. Because it's wonky at best, but it could be a lot worse if we're being completely honest. My biggest complaint is the fact there is not a door. And honestly, this house would have been fine if there was a door. I wouldn't be talking so much crap about it, but it deserves it because there's no door. And it's just one of those irritable things that you just think, oh, okay, there's not a door, we should put that down. That makes logical sense to me. Maybe not to you, but to me, it makes sense, and I'm pretty sure. Moving on to the starter home, which is the house that I chose particularly. for my starter, for my Sims, I also want to mention that at some point during the next week or so, there will be a renovation of House Up on my channel of this particular starter home, since I'm going to be renovating it, since my Sims are going to be living there. The whole point is to renovate all of Glimmer Book, and all those videos should be popping up on my channel at some point or the other. But at this particular moment, we're just going to be talking about this particular one. Now, like I said, it's a starter home. I think it's really big for a starter home. The lot itself is really big as well. And also, I'm going to talk about the driveway here in a second, but it's not great. It's very empty, as, I don't know, how much does this cost? This starter home costs $16,000, which is about average for a one person. Then you have this beautiful, like, driveway, and every lot has this beautiful, like, driveway type thing. But the house isn't big enough to, like, really cover that driveway, and so it actually looks weird. If you look from, like just a standpoint at all, if this is the house you came up to, and you're like, oh, this driveway is so elegant, you know, it just looks weird. Also, I think there's something to say that they're adding driveways into the game, like built in. They've been doing this for a while now. Maybe that is a reference to something more, or that cars are coming. I'm not really sure. There's something to say there. I just think, yeah. This is also like my beginner starter homes, like when I started making them back 5 years ago. So that's also disappointing, as the fact that I feel like they should have like terrain tools, but you should have used some terrain tools, to be honest with you. Because it is annoying in the simple fact that we have them in game and you're not using them. Some Steam, that's something you should probably try to use more, to add more, like, diverse, like, to add something to your houses, as it needs it badly. And then also the stairs, we just got them in game. Maybe it was a last minute thing to give us, and that's the reason why they're not in here. And I'm going to reiterate this. I said that in the survey, which I'm linked down below. There is a survey for us to be more personable with them. And in that survey, they asked, what are some things that you would like to be, like, changed or whatever. And I was going to say it, but I can't remember now. Maybe it'll come back to me as the video goes on, because we still have another world to go through. This is the bigger world, though. And then we have this world right here, and I don't think this is horrible. I don't personally think it's great. I also don't like how they changed the bar stool, as there is a bar stool that somewhat connects to this, or there are actual things that connect to it. Pick a vibe. The vibe here is off the charts, and it's kind of weird. I also don't like how there's a chess table here, as there isn't a lot of seating as it is, and it's very empty. The chess table does seem like wrong, and with the fact that there's so much space outside, it could have totally been outside, and it would have been better. But overall, you know, oh yeah, this is a big complaint, and I agree with Kayla. It's not the same color. Like, I mean, I did it in one click. That means they could have done it in one click, and that's my only personal preference. I do wonder if there's any new lot traits, so I'll bring you over here. I think Creepy Crawlies was already a part of the game. Let's see here. I don't think there is, because of the fact that there wasn't, I don't think there is one on the HQ, which we're about to go visit. So, now we're going to jump into game, and I'll see you guys when we get into game. It is completely open. In order to transfer to a lot, you do have to go through a portal or something like that, you know, however it works. But it is completely open, and so let's say you're over here, but the thing that you want to get to, such as like the magical realm portal, it's like over there. You can get everywhere, but I just want to very quickly showcase like the world and how beautiful it is, because it is a very, very stunning world. The Sims keeps upping the ante as the worlds get prettier and prettier. Down there is our little guy, which we'll get to in a second. This is a starter home and whatsoever. Right now there are some fall decorations on it, because it's a Harvest Fest, I'm pretty sure, in my game. So that's great. But this is also another lot where the the driveway looks weird. That driveway looks better, I think. Like, even the train paint looks really good. So personally, nothing to complain about there. And then this lot right here is the empty lot, as you guys can tell. And it's completely empty. This is a broken boat thing, which is really interesting, really cool. You cannot get into these waters, as we've been told the rapids are too strong. I think that's just their way of saying we don't want to animate it, so you can't get into it. I can understand over here where you can't get into the water. You do have to walk in the water to get to the portal, which is over here. And then also you can see off in the distance that there's some other houses and things like that to make it look a little bit better. Once again, I don't know how much style over purpose there should be personally. I think there's something to say about it. And I think it can be annoying at best. That some places look a little prettier than others, and sometimes it is lacking in like things you can do. But either way, now we're going to jump over into the magical realm. So basically the way you do that, by the way, my sim is already in my one sim who is a spellcaster is already in the magical realm. But this is how you do it. You travel through this and you travel to the magical realm. You can travel with people or whatever, but this is the main portal. So I'm going to jump into it. Okay, so this is the magical realm, and this is the magical HQ, which is where you transport to when you first arrive in the magical realm. This is where you can do basically everything. I do have major problems with this place, and so we'll talk about that in a minute in my ranty things. Over here, I have no problems with it. It's really cool, and the world itself is really, really cool. There's only one lot. You cannot live here, as that is the magical HQ. This is where people are putting Hogwarts and things like that, which makes sense. And I'll probably end up doing something of a similar as you're going to figure out what it's for. I think this is up here is a duel place where you go duel, and down here, I'm not entirely sure, but you can enter all these different places. I am pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure. But if we go down here to this one, so how you visit other places is that they have these like special unique portals that will take you directly to like Caster's Alley, or back here will take you to the dueling grounds, and then like I said, this might, oh no, it's right here, and then this one will take you to the gardens. I don't know if the gardens actually has a lot on it or not, or if it's just called the gardens, I'm not sure. But this is the HQ, this is where you're supposed to do all your potions and different things like that. And honestly, it's just bad. It's just bad, okay? There's a lot of things here. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is that, one, it's not symmetrical, which I know Little Cincy pointed out, which I would never have noticed until she did. So now I gotta tell you, because it annoys the crap out of me as much as it's gonna annoy you. And then over here, out here, is a really cool idea. I like how this is glass, and I think over here is a really cool idea in this garden area. So I like what they try to do. I just don't think they did it extremely well. Then if we go downstairs, I think as we go deeper and deeper, it gets better and better, if I'm being completely honest. The rooms are quite open, but they're supposed to be, so it makes sense. As once again, it's supposed to run on any computer that can hold the game, and so they do have to kind of do it in a certain way. There's some glitchiness here. Oh, it's columns. Never mind, ignore those. And then, so we have this area right here, which is really cool, and then we also have this area, which is like a bar type area. But if we continue on to our world overview, since I can't actually, we have to teleport there, we'll go to this one, which I think takes us to the dueling grounds, which I've yet to see on any LP parts, so I'm very excited to go ahead and see that. So this is the dueling grounds. That's really cool. Some really cool things out there. And so you duel here. Like, that's basically what all this is. Yeah. Nothing super spectacular. But something I did want to show you, because I totally, like, we're going to return to the HQ. Okay, are you guys ready for this? You guys are not. This is so cool. This was such a cool, like, little audition. I'm very excited about this. Did not know it existed. And then I think we're going to come over here and we're going to... Look at that. You just jump. It's just like a teleportation thing. There's no loading screen or anything. This is super duper cool. I think it's a good way to get around the loading screen. And so this whole world is open to you, like, completely. So the alley is actually one of my favorite places on this whole Two New World. These two new worlds. The fact that we got two new worlds in general is really, really cool. And so I think a lot of people are giving them a lot more crap than they need to be. Me in particular, this is a rant review. Now these right here are just simple carts. You would never have known, not all of them work, but this one right here is like you can buy wands, tomes, and familiars. This one right here is you can buy brooms and things. And this one down here is clothes, but you can also buy something from it. And I don't know if there's anything else over here. But what's really cool, because there are just like random shops and things like that, they're broken on the back, which I really, really like. Not all of them I don't think are broken. These ones are like standing still. But it's super duper cool, and I really, really enjoy it. And this leads off into like the middle of nowhere, which I really, really like. I don't know how much how much I'm going to enjoy this place as I play deeper and deeper and more hours into it. But I think honestly, it is super cool and things like that. Now, the most common complaint, which I do want to mention in here, and I think this is a very good common complaint, is that we have random Sims that are like not witches and wizards that are coming here, that are buying, you know, whatever they're buying. It is, oh, hold on, maybe that's a vendor, and so we're gonna figure out. Okay, so this place over here looks like more, it's like a potion shop? Yeah, it's potion ingredients, okay. But, like, you can see people who probably shouldn't be, where am I at? Oh, we're back up here. People who probably should not be, I'd say, in this realm, in the realm, which is super duper annoying. And, oh, no, we've already been there. I went the other place, which is down some stairs, which is over here. And that's the last place that we'll talk about. And then I get to go do build and buy stuff. But I do think it's just relatively annoying. As vampires, you can only have vampires, and so that's really nice. But anybody can come to the realm, and I think it should be exclusive to, like... Well, I don't know if we can say exclusive to spellcasters, but I feel like you could probably visit the realm. But there's people who are just, like, random non-playable characters who are spellcasters at all times. And vampires get turned, and that's a thing that does happen, and, like, it is what it is. But I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how much I feel about the annoyance there, but there is an annoyance there, and, like, we respect. So this is actually an empty building, which I think it would have been much cooler if it was a building that we could, like, actually get inside, because I can, like, see inside it, and so there's things in here, like, actual things in here. And so I do wish that this was a more, like, an open building, and that there was something here instead of just, like, really cool. There's a few collectibles and things that you can get, but honestly, we were here to take the screenshots. Oh, you can also go fishing. I wonder if there's any, like, special fish. But there's also there's some really cool waterfalls and things like that, guys, which I'm really excited to show you guys in the gameplay portions. But guys, I do want to mention that I don't know when all this stuff is coming out, but there's going to be a playlist linked down below. Actually, there's going to be a link of all the videos down below. I'm doing a build and buy review, a caster review, a world overview, and also I've started my gameplay series already that went up early this morning, or early whenever you're seeing this, it went up early at some point. And so if that's anything you guys want to see, just click down below and hit the subscribe button. And if you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button. Do you guys agree with me with my complaints, or do you think the worlds are beautiful and that you just like the fact that we got new things? Both things, I think, are objectively okay, because honestly, there is major complaints that we need to talk about. Then also, there's people out there who is just extremely positive, which I tend to try to be, even when people are getting on my last nerve. And I try to not watch negative content, but I think for this particular thing, is that I'm giving the world itself more or less... It is like a B- to me. The Magical Realm is like a B-. Glimmer Book is more like... No, I think the Magical Realm is like an A-, and Glimmer Book is like a B, I would say. The stylization here is great, and I think the creators and the animators are amazing, but I don't know. I think this pack is going to be all based on either build and buy to sell me, or the actual gameplay. So I'll see you guys all very soon with another video soon. Thank you for watching. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment down below, and thank you. Yeah, see you soon.